communication is between like a man and a woman, and just learning about communication in general, so that way you can deal with like conflict and being able to set boundaries in a healthy nature, versus anytime you have some sort of argument, it doesn't have to come over to blows, and just having like a healthy way to address problems.
Well, personally, for me, like I think this whole idea of communication is retarded. Um, like the women that have told me they wish I would communicate better were the women that weren't that into me. Like the women that were really, really into me, there was like never a fight, right? So, this is like when you're getting in a lot of arguments, like usually it's because you're just not that into the guy. Maybe it's because the guy's not that into you and you're wanting more. That could be the case also. But yeah, I don't think communication is super important. I think like shared values is much more important than your ability to communicate with each other.
I'm
That's
gonna
true.
have to disagree and rebuttal that, because communication, I mean, think about it, like it's how humanity was able to survive. We learned to be able to communicate, because if you're not communicating, again, you might leave so many things unanswered or glazed over on that could be a huge problem in the future because it was never addressed.
What's an example of this?
An example is just like, say if like you were a man, and then you would have an issue, if your significant other had to work in an industry like where there was a lot of men, and for the first several months you had like no problems with it because you didn't vocalize it, you didn't communicate, and then all of a sudden, like later on you have this insane blow up when it's like been something that you've been aware of all the time, but it was never addressed like in the beginning, or being like, how, like that's like one scenario, or another scenario is like, well, the girl, this man never told me he liked me or had feelings for me, so I never knew, and then they say it's like, well, it should have been obvious, and you're like, no,
So you
there was
mean
no
like
communication.
you're going to do a job that's at a workplace that's around a bunch of men, and the
Mhm.
guy you're with isn't comfortable with that, but he doesn't tell you until like 3 months later, and then he freaks out. So
Yeah,
that's
it's
like what you're saying is
insane blow
not good
up.
communication. So what
Yeah.
if the man said, that's cool, you have that job offer, but you're not doing it, and if you do, we're not going to be together?
If he said that right out the gate, oh, good Lord, I would be like, I don't even know if I'm gonna last you, and you want me to, like, we're gonna last, then you want me to quit my job, which helps put a roof over my head. I couldn't do that. That would
See,
not be like
this
financially
this is
safe
one of
for
the
me.
reasons that men don't communicate the way that you would want them to, is
Mm,
because the way that you want men to communicate in a way that's to tell you if you should disqualify them, right? So you want men to basically say, like, I'm not going to take you seriously, instead of like selling you the dream, right?
no, I just also want to know, like check in with them, like what are they like noticing, like any like problems like they want to address, so we can talk it out before, the thing in the corner just gets like bigger, bigger, and bigger, and then all of a sudden it's
Well, see, the
like
thing for me
alive.
is if I have an issue, I don't want to talk it out. I want to tell you the issue, and you tell me, I'm sorry, I didn't realize you felt that way. I'm going to change that,
Hmm.
right? Because when a woman comes to me with an issue, I just fix it, right? She has an issue with whatever, I just fix it. Any issue she has in her life, she puts it in front of me. It's fucking solved.
Right. And that's again to
So
like the point
when I
where,
have an issue with a
okay.
woman, I tell her, and I want her to be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know it bothered you. I won't do it anymore." So I don't want to have like this big back and forth about, "Oh, but I want to do this because it makes me feel like." I don't want to have any of it. Like, I told you, here's the issue. Just fix it so that we can move forward.
Got it.
Okay, I have my
Um,
question.
Yes.
no, sorry, I'm gonna say on that real quick. So I think the word communication gets overused here, and
In this podcast,
uh, in
everything. Okay.
society talking about
Yeah.
dating, the word communication comes up very often, and I think it gets like overused. I agree that there needs to be communication in the aspect of like, if a guy doesn't like something, he should set that boundary and he should make it known.
Or if a woman doesn't like something, setting like the boundary, but doing it in a healthy way that's not like you must submit, you know, like really dark energy.
But the boundary should be set. And oftentimes, though, how the word communication gets used is it gets used over like negotiation. And I don't think that there should ever be negotiated desire in a relationship. If you have to negotiate the terms of the relationship so that this works out, it's probably not a good relationship from the start.
Yeah. Fair. Go on, keep going.
Sabrina.
Oh, okay. My question is this. What's something about love or relationships that you had to unlearn?
Had to unlearn. Oh God.
Yeah.
This I could talk about all night too. So, you know, when I was younger, when I was plugged in, as we like to call it in our space, I thought like the key to getting and keeping a woman is to do what she wants me to do. Like the things she tells me that she wants me to do, if I just do those things, she's going to stay with me. What I learned is that not doing the things she wants me to do is more likely to make her stay with me. So, and you know, it sounds bad, right? Like most men that have some options with women learned that if you're kind of toxic, you're kind of emotionally unavailable, you play a lot of games with women, women flock to you. So, and like, that's not going to change until women stop being attracted to guys doing that. So it's like, I learned when you're like a man, if you want to play the game and win, you have to play the game, right? Like, you know, what women say they want is much different than what they respond to with sexual enthusiasm.
Yeah, it's the same thing for me. Like a lot of the times you got the girl because of what you were doing. And when she asks you to start changing and doing all these things and become a different man, you are turning into a different man. It is a man she's not attracted to. Stay the man that you were to get her in the first place.
Yeah. So my advice to women with like kind of understanding and reconciling this fact of reality is don't try to change a man into like some little perfect version, Prince Charming shit that you want him to be. Like, try to understand that, you know, when he doesn't text you back sometimes, when he doesn't want to deal with your bullshit sometimes, that's part of the man that you were initially attracted to.
Okay.
So like when he starts being more available and texting you good morning, good night every day, because you want him to do that, like now he's going to be less attractive to you because you're like, oh, this guy, like he's at my beck and call, right? Like there's no chase anymore. You know, he doesn't seem busy. That's unattractive. So it's something I think women need to grapple with.
Okay.
Appreciate
Don't try
you
to
girls
change
coming
a
on the
man.
call.
All right, guys, I really hope that you enjoyed that clip. If you want to check out the full-length podcast episode, you can find that right over here. Also, make sure you visit my website over here where you'll find my supplements, the opportunity to book me privately one-on-one for coaching, and most importantly, my new School of Unplugging, which you'll find on the courses tab. Newer to the channel, hit subscribe.